Hey man, Zach, how's it going?
Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well.
Good. Welcome to Impact ELR News and Review, Season 1, Episode 8. How's your weather looking up there? Pretty good?
On and off, and Mother Nature is drunk or something. She's off her medication. We get 60, 80 degrees one day, 20 and snow the next.
Well, I say there's always got to be a cold snap before Easter. One last one to remind you. So I'm
We always
hoping
say
we're
St.
done with.
Patty's Day.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. And I think we're in the low to mid 80s today. So I think we're probably going to be warm from here on. So
Ooh.
But what's happening in the ELR world? I know we had Spear Point this past weekend. It looked like that was a pretty good and fun match.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the results there. They had a good time out there. It was good turnout.
I actually got to follow some of the live stuff on the ELR Alliance website, the live scoring this time, and that was pretty neat to watch that again. I've done it a couple times now, but it's always fun to watch it, see how people are doing. I haven't had a chance to. I didn't get to tune in much, but the little bit I did was fun to see. So,
That
but
that actually is what I like. Yeah, I've never been a uh, I like to see the whole picture. So a lot of times, like that leaderboard thing, I'm not super excited. I mean, it's good. I think it's fun, but I really dig into being able to pick. Hey, look, Sean's shooting today. Let's see how he's doing, and
that's right.
that's great. I can go there and see whether you shot one, two, three relays, how you did on those relays, real time, which is incredible. Because like I said, on a leaderboard, stuff's always shuffling around.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
it doesn't affect the fact that you could go in there and say, "Hey, I see Sean clean first stage,"
yeah.
or whatever. You can see that as it progresses, as it goes. So I think that is really cool. That stuff that if you haven't, you should get out there and check that out on the ELR Alliance pages. You can go to a tab, cut picks on matches, and it'll tell you if there's any that are running live.
Yeah, I mean, if you see that live match tab, they've made it really easy to get on there. And I was doing it on my mobile phone while I was at a baseball tournament, so it was real easy to do. But congrats to all the people that won and finished well, and congrats to everybody that shot it. Because any weekend you shoot an ELR match deserves congratulations. I would like to be doing it. So,
Right.
um, so that's the most recent match that's happened. What's coming up? Anything interesting coming up?
Yeah. We have a Thunder Valley coming up here March 28th. That's a regional match. That is a three relay, three stage, six target, 30 round match.
Okay.
$125 per division to join. We're getting a lot of interest in that. Come on out and see us if you're up in the Coshocton, Western Pennsylvania, Northeast Ohio.
I got you. And that match you'll run both divisions on the same day.
Both divisions, same day. Um, be relayed. A lot of the Thunder Valley stuff, the reason we can get away with that and how we do that is to keep your heavy gun and your light gun from overrunning on each other and the guy having to worry about, man, I got to jump from this pavilion to that pavilion.
Right.
Is we'll generally make two squads of light because we generally have enough uh, shooters to make two squads of light. And
Okay.
then we'll have one squad normally of heavy.
Okay.
And what happens is heavy goes and shoots their three relays. And as they finish up, if you've had a spotter or you yourself are shooting both divisions,
Hmm.
they'll make up the third squad in light. And
Okay.
what happens is we usually finish up about the first time, at about the first squad finishing up of uh, light, and we'll jump in at the back and start working through. So usually there'll be one or two relays in front of us already available,
Okay.
and it moves along pretty quick. Most of the time, we finish up there 2 or 3 in the afternoon,
I got
and
you.
that is shooting both light and heavy complete.
Oh, that's
And
that's
some
fantastic to be done that early then.
and some of it is all because it has taken longer in the past because we haven't had the uh, automated scoring where you
Right.
could do it live, and I've had to do it on paper. And then when I finished up shooting, because a lot of times I shoot these matches myself,
Sure.
or at least involved in scoring them. And that's all was done on paper. Then I have to run into the scoring shack and sit down there with me. And if I'm lucky, somebody volunteers to come in there and read them off to me and get them dumped into the sheets, which we've gotten pretty good at. We can take it, but it takes time that won't have to be taken now. We'll be able to get out as soon as that match is over. The results will be there. Anybody that has any discrepancies could have already seen them
Right.
and be asking their questions or whatever they have on it. They'll already see their X's and their O's and pretty much go right off into the awards and stuff and get everybody out there in a timely manner and headed back home.
Well, good. Now what yardages are you looking at the regional days?
On the regional days are pretty much the same, bracketed within 1,000 to 1 mile on
Okay.
light, uh, 15, 1,600 yards to 2,450 on heavy.
Okay.
Uh, One of the things that we do on regional matches a lot that we've gotten a lot of good feedback on and helps it go a little smoother is we will put up a 2 MOA target at a distance and then a 1 to 1.25 MOA target, near it, next to it, and
Okay.
that's your stage. A lot
Okay.
of people like that, but
Yeah, that's a clever way of doing it, and really checking your precision and your accuracy. So that's good. Yeah.
right, right, and like I said, that a lot of the regional ones we try to gear like you do some of your
Mhm.
arena stuff toward the newer
Mhm.
shooters. We get a lot of shooters that are really nervous sometimes about that. That
Right.
oh, this is my first competition, and will I be able to find the targets? And even though a lot of times they're troop lined, it eases their mind to know that okay, once I'm on stage one, I know
Hmm.
my target is right here, and 10 or 12 feet to the right of it is
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah. Having a
Uh,
small transition without having to dial, that's good. That's a helpful thing. So that's good.
so yeah, it's good. It helps those people not take some of that anxiety out
Hmm.
of it and where the target is, in the staging because we set everybody up pretty much at one
Hmm.
time.
I
Give
got you.
people have plenty of time to get on their target, find it, and be comfortable with where it is, and not hey, which one is this? Which one is that?
That's right. So if you're thinking about shooting a Thunder Valley match, one of these regionals would be a really good opportunity to go out and get familiar with the venue and get some good data. And so if you're in that area, I definitely recommend hitting one of the regionals then. So we mentioned Spear Point was this past weekend, but now the weekend before that, you shot a match, didn't you?
Yes, we were down at Black Bear in Gladstone, Virginia, shooting one
Right.
of Jordan Congdon's matches. That's always a great match. And here, if you like, we'll talk about some of the results from that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I know you. Sorry, go ahead.
that one was a fun one. Mother Nature uh, had fun with us. The weatherman, we confirmed he's a liar. we
Yeah,
we were told we were going to get Saturday weather with starting out in the mid 40s and going up into the 70s, and that never really happened. Uh,
yeah,
at least it didn't until the very late in the day. We were supposed to get calm, supposed to be 6 or 7 mile an hour winds with gusts
yeah.
to 8 or 9, and it wasn't that at all. It was uh, 29 degrees when we got there Saturday morning. The wind was
Ugh.
20 to 25 with gusts to 40, and
Man, yeah, yeah. Now that's a gust. Like six, a 2 mile an hour increase, not really a gust, but that's a gust. So yeah.
right. and
Um,
and and Black Bear, we shoot two relays. Each relay has three targets.
okay,
Uh so like you have a 1050, 1286, and 1589.
okay.
Uh Something to that effect.
I got you.
Um and then so it's 15 shots. They were doing 7 minute par times.
Okay,
So plenty of time to shoot. No rush in there. But like I said, that's three targets, and those three targets were uh, in their own fields. So there was a little
okay,
bit of panning there.
okay,
Uh,
okay.
thus the extra time to get on them. But yeah, with
Sure.
those wind gusts, holy cow, you were changing constantly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure your spotters were wanting to pull their hair out for shooters on that. So,
Right. And
but that's
another
part of
neat
what
thing we
makes.
did,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, another neat thing we did there is because we had 43 shooters, which that's a good
Oh, yeah,
crowd of
that's
light
fantastic turnout.
shooters. Ran the whole match in the one day. On Saturday, they run their Saturday light gun, heavy gun on on Sunday.
Okay.
Uh, so we run them all through there. Once you started shooting, you were probably done within an hour, hour and a half of
Oh, great.
when you started.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
good.
but yeah, so that was quick, but that left the field kind of spread out. Like I drew a 39.
Okay.
Uh, so I didn't get to shoot till late in the afternoon, around 3 o'clock or
Oh,
so. But I was done by 4:30. You know,
yeah.
it went quick after I did get to shoot. You got to shoot your first relay, and then go up and shoot your second relay rather uh,
I got you.
quickly from there. It
Okay.
wasn't too bad, but
Oh,
it
well, and
was an
that's, I mean,
interesting way.
yeah, that's really good turnout. How was their turnout in heavy? It was pretty good.
At 28, we had
Oh,
28
yeah.
shooters in heavy gun.
Fantastic, then. Really good
Uh,
match. And the Jordan
yep,
and Daniel always do a good job at Black Bear. So I'm glad to hear that.
yep, and Naomi keeps things running behind the scenes.
Amen.
She's
Amen.
she's
She
on
keeps it
top of
going.
all the scoring and all that. Jordan gets to have all the fun. She gets to do all the stressing.
So, so
But
I know you were there and were, if I remember right, you were going to take the data from that and put in the ELR Alliance scoring model. Is that right? Explain that a little bit to me.
that is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So they were using the ELRSO score sheet um, because they're a part of that. But this year there's a collaboration between us and them. We're going to
Okay.
put them in both score sheets. Those will be coming up here pretty soon. But yeah, I was putting the information into the alliance sheet, and we'll have some data for you on that because
Okay.
while the
Okay.
scores are very, very similar, they're not exactly. They measure things a little differently. One puts a little more weight on farther targets and being able to hit that farther target. The other one is a little more on consistency and accuracy uh,
Okay.
and hit percentage.
Okay.
Versus just going out there and hitting the heart. But really, at the end of the day, they're very close. And
Okay.
as we will go over another time, we'll compare them, and you'll see even the total scores are very close. Usually, the top three and the bottom are all the same. It's the guys in the middle there, or shooters in the middle, that will swap around a little place when you start nitpicking the points. But yeah, we'll take a look at that on
Okay.
another thing, and maybe go in a little more depth on how that works and which
Okay.
one is doing what. But
Yeah. So,
yeah,
so
for
I was just going to say, stay tuned for a
for
future
a
episode. Then
quick
we'll go into,
reference here,
like
yeah,
I said,
well,
a deep dive on it. So, oh, I lost you for a second there, Zach. You back?
right, yep,
Yep. So, um, so
yep,
as
I'm
far
here.
as the heavy
Um,
class and light class, who topped the podium in light? Do you remember off the top of your head? Or I know we got results we're going to look at in a second. If you want me to, I can go ahead and pull
no,
that up.
yeah, you can pull up and screen share. I
Okay.
got it up on mine, but it'll probably be easier if you can
Okay.
see it,
Okay.
and I'll be able to talk along with you there.
All right. Let's see if I can get this up then. Are you able to see that?
Pull up light gun.
Uh,
It's in process.
there we go.
There
All
you go.
right. You
Yep,
got,
yep.
yep. All right. So if you want to
Um,
walk us through what stood out to you in entering these scores and results.
well, first off, you can see that Mike Drake came in first. Right behind him was Nathan Harrison, and behind him Matthew Gills.
All right.
Probably the
All right.
biggest thing that stuck out to me. What's that?
I was just noticing, of course, Mike Drake, great shooter. Nathan, great shooter. I mean, glad to see them doing well at this match. But yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Probably the biggest thing that stuck out to me in light gun is all the way I could say it is Mike put on a clinic. This is a 30-round match. He hit 27 of them.
Yeah, 90% hit
And
percentage is
he
just a
had
ridiculous
five of the
number.
six, and five of those first round shots were impacts. Uh,
Yeah,
Oddly enough,
that's
the very first one was the only miss.
wow. Yeah, so the first one, that's once he got his data on that one, it was just stay on target, huh?
That was it. He hammered him. He was using a new 33 XC. He's been a 300 Norma and decided to make the jump. And man, yeah, that gun shooting well for him, and he was pretty excited. Nathan Harrison and him duked it out. I mean, Nathan Harrison finished second with 22 impacts, very respectable, 73% impact.
Sure, sure.
Uh,
And I see third place, Matthew Gills. He also had 73%. So it's just a good example of just how the points stack up through the match as to how that shakes out.
right, right. Yeah, the little separators are going to be your first round impacts,
Hmm.
and impacts further out. And
Hmm.
impacts further out consecutively carry a little more weight than your first round, because you'll see that Matthew actually had more first rounders, but
Hmm.
Nathan had more impacts at distance, and that's just enough. He said you'll see that there's less than 1,000 points between them.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
roughly about 600 points, which is less than an impact at any distance.
right,
So yeah.
right. So it keeps them close, and that, like I said, that's one thing that when we go into depth, we'll kind of explain that how this model keeps everybody a little tighter,
Hmm.
and makes every point a little more valuable, whether it be on a closer target or a farther target. You're going to find out that a lot of these shooters are separated by one impact or less, especially when they're close.
Right, right.
When their
And
impacts are close.
yeah, and your first round in, I mean, I say usually you can look at one of these score sheets and see pretty quickly what happened while one person is ahead of the other slightly or whatever. So that's good. So yeah, going down light real quick. Yeah, looks like a really good field. Um, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, if you
Do you remember what the total sort of average hit percentage was? That you did it
yeah
did
if you
it you,
scroll all the way to the left on your sheet,
all right, all the way back this way?
back to the left, yep, and then down.
Okay. Let me see. All right, there we go. Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah, I
Yeah,
see
you'll
that.
get into there. Like you'll see the hit
Hmm.
percentages for T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6.
Man, T4 was a beast.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what it is, and we'll take a look at it in uh, heavy as well.
Yeah.
And it's better, but it's only like 1% better.
Oh wow, yeah, because you go. I mean, just going through the targets respectively: 43% target one, target two, 44, target three, 48, target four, 19%, target five, 39, and target six, 32. Man, yeah, that had to be a. It'd be interesting to see why that target presented that way. So, which I guess that was the first target of the second string. Well, let's look at heavy real quick then. Let's see
Yeah.
how it's. Anything else in light gun you want to point out, Zach? Or
Um. Maybe did you look down there at the bottom there? At the very bottom, you'll
oh
see
yeah, I didn't
the
see the
uh
total.
the total. We had
Okay.
43 shooters, 485 impacts, and an impact percentage of 37.6.
Okay. All right. All right. And when you factor in new shooters and all that, that's a respectable hit percentage. Again, congrats to Mike Drake and Nathan Harrison, Matthew Gills, and again everybody that got to shoot. Let's look at heavy gun real quick and see what we're looking at there. So let me
Yep.
scroll over. Good field and heavy gun. Some names we really see. I see one name that seems to always be near the top. Right there. Is that Joe Latta? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
How about his story this weekend? He shot that 300 Norma in light and heavy, and we didn't get to talk about him. He was in 29th on Saturday.
Okay.
Uh, Comes over, kept digging. Did my favorite thing. We were all at the same lodge, and I told him, I said, no excuses, just adjustments there. And
Right.
he
Right.
smiled and laughed about it. And I tell you what, he sure took it to heart, because come Sunday morning, he was ready to roll with that 300 Norma. It
Yeah.
was a different course of fire, so it wasn't like he could say, well, he shot that course yesterday and the heavy got. It was a different course of fire. Uh, all the targets were generally about 106 to 108 yards further away than
I
any
got
of the
you.
ones that were, even the ones that were like, I want to say duplicated. They weren't duplicated. We were in a different position. So it
Okay.
was a different firing position, different azimuth, and definitely different weather conditions.
I got you. I got you. So I see Nathan Harrison was top three as well. Brad Wilson, Dwayne Russell, the Adkins boys going on down. That was a good crowd of heavy gun
Yeah.
shooters. That's awesome.
Yep, and
I
that's one
see.
of the things we'll talk about when we do that. This is one of the few times that in the other scoring model, Brad Wilson actually come finish third
Okay.
versus
Okay.
Nathan Harrison. And it
Okay.
is. You'll see how close they are here. They're like 600 or 700 points apart
Okay.
in this scoring model. In the other one, it just flips the other way, and it comes down to the fact that Brad was on fire at the farther distances, and he
Right.
just edged out Nathan, even though he had one. Uh, Nathan had more impacts. Brad got four impacts at the 21:06 to only two of uh, Nathan's, and in
Right.
the
Right.
other one, and that really is the difference in the scoring models in a nutshell.
Well, and when you've got four impacts, they're guaranteed. Some of them have to be consecutive, whereas two, you
In
don't
this one,
necessarily get the
all four of
consecutive.
them were consecutive.
Oh yeah, so that it really adds up on the scoring models. I see Scott McDermott had a strong second place there. I was glad to see him. That's one of our Georgia shooters, so glad to see him doing well up there. So congrats, Doc. How about our hit percentages? You want to check that out and let's see what did the winner have? I can't see
The
it on
winner
my
had
screen.
73%.
73. So same as the second and third place shooter in light gun. So that's
Right,
good.
and here the same thing, 22 and 22. So both of them
Oh
had
yeah.
73%.
Yep. Yep. And
So
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 just
it was close
depends on
there
where you
too.
hit.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go down. Let's look at sort of how the target breakdown was on heavy gun. All right. So target one, 46%. That's pretty good. Target two, 59. Yeah. Target three, 64. Heavy gun really showing that they got those distances nailed in there. Target four, 21%. Target
Right.
five,
That's
47.
that killer.
Yeah, that killer target. And then target six, 34%. So yeah, both groups had trouble with target four. I guess first target in the second string. So you're
Yeah.
you're you're changing your data a little. What do you remember approximately what that jump on yardage was? How far it
About
went from the
300
last?
yards.
How much?
About 300.
Okay, yeah. So that's a pretty good jump between targets to try to hit right off the bat. So match total. Hey, that's a really good match hit percentage for heavy gun there.
Yeah, as a group, but like I said, you got to keep in mind that's a 28 person field versus a 43.
Sure,
So
sure.
your heavy gun shooters are tend to be a little more specialized. In other words,
Sure.
they don't have as big a field, but those guys shoot heavy gun all the time. You don't get as many rookies in
Right.
heavy gun
Right.
as you do. A lot of people have moved up from light to heavy.
Right. I'm about to say they
So
tend to be more experienced
right,
shooters. Yeah.
or competitive. I guess the other way to look
Sure.
at it, sometimes you have a more competitive field. You can have a really competitive 10 shooter field
Hmm.
in heavy gun because these guys could be the top 10 in the country anywhere they go.
Sure. Sure.
Uh, so it's easier to get a really competitive field. So don't let the numbers always uh, uh, skew you and how many people you beat. Look at the caliber of person you beat.
Right. Right. And that's a good point. It's not always about the quantity. A lot of times, especially in heavy class, it's about the quality of the people who are there.
Right.
So yeah, for sure. But a 45% match hit percentage across all the shooters. That's impressive. That's a really good. Now you said the weather conditions for heavy were a little different on Sunday.
Yeah, we had a little more like what they had forecasted for our Saturday. We started out a little warmer. I mean,
Okay.
maybe 10 degree. Well, when you're talking the difference between 29 and 39, it's a big difference. And the time we actually started to shoot it, it started to warm up, and the winds had started to lay back a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so we had something a lot more comparable. I want to say that 6 to 7, with a few gusts in
Okay.
there,
Okay.
which caught a few shooters off guard because it was hard. Like ladder shot really early
Okay.
on Saturday. He shot middle of the pack, if I recall correctly, middle to front of the pack on Sunday.
Okay.
Drake was middle of the pack on Saturday. He was 18 out of 40 some shooters.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good match overall. I think Jordan and Daniel Lynn, they did a great job at running a a good match. Everybody has a lot of fun with Jordan. He's the life of the party there.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
it's a good time, for some of the tight spaces that we have there
Mhm.
at Black Bear. He makes it worth the trip.
Right. Well, and that's look, if you can't go to an ELR match and have fun, especially one that Jordan and those guys are putting on, man, you need to check your pulse or something,
Right.
because there's bigger problems if you can't go. I know we all want to do well and shoot well, but if I finish bottom of the field, I still have a blast at the ELR match. It's just fun to see everybody and talk to everybody and to just be in a match. Now, so one thing I want to make sure I understand and make sure I have a firm grasp on. So ELR SO used their scoring mechanism under the ELR Foundation. You got their data and put it into the ELR Alliance data. But this match, as far as a shooter is concerned, there's no difference. It counts for both. Your data gets in on both matches, rankings, all that, right? Am I right on that?
Yes, you're 100% right. And what's good is it's a collaboration,
Okay.
and you're not going to get your apples mixed up with your oranges. So
Okay.
Foundation is using their scoring and their ranking,
Okay.
and the Alliance is using their scoring and their ranking. So really, I think the big picture of this is you're going to see one kind of right angle checks the other.
Okay.
As far as that, you're going to see the better shooters are at the top of both lists.
Okay.
And as is it they say down there, the it sucks to suck. Uh, Shooters are going to be down there at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and in the wash in the mix there, by the time you average them out, your people in the middle are going to be the people in the middle.
Hey, I
Uh,
wish I was better at this video editing because I would definitely throw in a Randy Macho Man Savage, the cream always rises to the top clip right here, because I think you're exactly right. And we'll see as the season plays out. It should be interesting to have, two sets of data that we can look at. But I think you'll be right on that.
Yep, yep. Both sides are really friendly right now with each other. We're sharing data back and forth, and at the end of the day, talking to the people over there and Brian Wink with, he's been instrumental at trying to get everybody together, and he's doing a good job of putting out schedules that have everybody's match on them. The same as
Mhm.
you can go to the Alliance, and all their matches are going to be. You're going to see both matches listed there as well. Uh,
So So the one takeaway I would have as a shooter then is everything is going to count. These are more opportunities, more ELR matches, but you may see a little bit of movement points wise and ranking wise between the two models. So it's not necessarily if I'm a shooter and I see that maybe I move down a spot or up a spot, that may be what it is.
right,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
And like I said, if not, it's not like you're gonna be lousy in one and good in another. At the end of
Sure.
the day, you're gonna see them in both of them, and it's gonna be a good thing. Like I said, it's gonna give a better product at the end of the day for the shooter, and he's not gonna have to worry, or her she's not gonna have to worry about. Well, if I go to X match, I'm only gonna get points for this one, and I'm trying to move my position up in that one.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, you're gonna overall, it's gonna be good.
Good. And was there anything else? I quit showing the score sheet, Zach. Was there anything else on that you wanted to point out? You need me to go back into it, or
No, no, we're good. We're
okay,
good.
okay. So let's see what we've got coming up. So we've had the Unholy Alliance, Black Bears first match of the year is done. Spear Point is done. We've had White Oak. We've had some other matches. All those should be updated. So I was just looking at the calendar that you mentioned. Both Brian Wink has out, and you can also find it on the ELR Alliance webpage. You can register for a lot of matches through the ELR Alliance webpage. But the ones I saw, and make sure I'm not missing anything, we got your Thunder Valley match coming up March 28th. That'll be in
Yep,
Ohio. We've got the Legends Hunter match, which is pretty neat. It's a 30 cal and below. That's on March 28th. I want to say that's in Texas. I'll have to double check that. But if you want to find out, check the ELR Alliance webpage. We've got the Best of the West. That's going to be in Oregon. That's March 29th, or that same weekend, 28th, 29th. And then we got Legends of ELR coming up March 29th, I think. I think it's safe to say the ELR season is really starting to get in full swing now. So
Yep, and I'll take one quick second
sure.
to put a jab in there for Thunder Valley has their uh, first East Coast ELR Terminus Actions Armed American Rights Movement series match April 11th.
Okay.
That'll be the second match of Thunder Valley season, and it'll be the first one for Thunder Valley in the series. You know, you already had two pits matches
Right. Right. And
in that
just so
series.
I make sure on that, when the series you're talking about there is the East Coast ELR series.
Correct.
Right. Right. Okay.
Uh, yep. And as the Black Bear match was a part of that, so the two Black Bears, we're probably going to end up with 10 or 11 matches in that, culminating in the finale in September. So
Right.
the two pits are in, the two Black Bears are in.
Hmm.
We have three Thunder Valleys and maybe one more at
Okay.
a another location, as well as two shooter gauntlet matches for light gun only that are going to be in in that. That'll be a fun venue. Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend in
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Okay. And
We'll
you
get
say it's
some
a
other
light
ones
gun only match. How far out is that going to go in yardage?
right close to a mile.
Okay.
And if
Good.
we don't get to a mile, we'll be using the reduced targets to simulate uh, a mile for those guys. Those will be a lot of new shooters and stuff too.
That'll be interesting to see how the hit percentages work out with the targets. That'll be really interesting to see. You know, should get some really good data from matches this year, and so I'm glad to hear that. And that'll be a good opportunity, like you say, to bring in a lot of shooters in that area and get some new shooters in. So good, that'll be exciting. I wish I was closer.
From that, yeah, that's up. And what's going to be nice about that one is it's a brand new venue. None of us have ever shot it before. It doesn't matter who it is. None of us have ever shot it before. And I think that's
Nice.
where you're going to see some real interesting results. You know, the fellow that does that's really interested in doing that. And I believe his plan is to do some expansion if he can
Okay.
see some good results from the two matches we're having there.
All right.
Uh,
So,
so
what you're saying, if you're an ELR shooter and you're going to that match, they need to be on their best behavior. Here's what you're saying.
yeah,
Make sure we keep this venue, guys.
and bring your friends. We're going to want to see a lot of people. He sees a lot of people. It'll motivate him a little
Yeah.
bit to get these distances out and eventually, hopefully, be able to bring in some heavy guns.
Now, is that a 1 day match? Is that plan on being a 1 day?
That is a 1 day as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, that'll be a 1 day as well. It'll be a six target 30 round match, and then we'll probably do something we do at Thunder Valley every once in a while as a tactical match.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll usually be IPSCs out to a mile, and it's run a little differently. You shoot
Okay.
uh, three shots, and if you hit, you move on. So you get the most points for hitting on the first one. You get like three for a first round impact, two for a second, one for a third, and that's as far as you go. If you don't get it on the third, you move on to your next target. But it's a little interesting because, like I said, all the targets are IPSCs or IPSC sized and or heads, depending on their their distances. So
I got you.
it's fun. It's just as fun as the other, just a little different twist on it.
Okay. All right. Um, well, let's see. We've got a few minutes left. Anything? I think I've hit most of the matches that are coming up in the next at least few weeks. Anything else you feel like we need to talk about in ELR? Anything else happening that we want to go over?
Uh, no, like we kind of touched on it with the collaboration between ELR Alliance and the ELR Foundation. Uh, those are going to be your two main series. The foundation and them. Uh, you're going to see um, a lot of a good thing there.
Sure.
The king matches, king of 1 mile, king of 2 mile.
Right. Right.
They're getting rolled in over there on that end.
And I was pulling up while we were speaking. I was pulling up the ELR Alliance webpage, and I just wanted to go into the spear point results briefly. And all I'm seeing right now is the heavy class. Just trying to pull it up on the fly here, but I want to give a quick shout out, congrats to Shane Bryan for winning that, and then Waco Watts for a strong second, and then David Lindsay coming in third, and then that was a really competitive field. Looks like they had golly 30 heavy shooters So
Oh, that's great.
really, really glad to see that turnout at Spear Point and to see the growth in ELR. I was seeing if I could find the light gun results.
Spear
I
Point,
don't.
that's Steve Worth.
Yes, yeah, I think that's right, Steve Worth. And I really want to get out there to one of those matches one day and see that venue. That's just a really cool venue, they say, and so which I want to ultimately shoot a match at every ELR venue, but I don't see the light gun results. I may have this set wrong in which ones I'm looking at, but I know they're out there. But congrats to the light gun shooters as well, and the finishers, the ones who had really good weekends. And again, any weekend shooting ELR is not a. It's all of them are good weekends. So
Right. And I guess one other you could mention, I think there was a Castle Pro-Am this weekend.
that's right. I forgot about it. Yep, the Castle Pro Am, which is a really neat match format where you have someone that's more experienced with an amateur shooter. I haven't seen the results from that yet. I don't know if they're finishing up today.
Yeah, they are.
But
I saw day one results yesterday, so I think you'll
right,
probably. And they're Texas, is that correct? So
yeah,
they're
they're in
probably
Texas.
2 hours
Yep.
behind us on the East Coast here.
Yeah. So we'll look at those results on the next episode and get it out. And we've got some more episodes we're looking to get into. Like I said, we're going to do a breakdown on the scoring and give y'all a more in-depth dive on that. We're also going to do get back into sort of optics and all that. Sorry, I got a bug in here with me flying around. So,
Hmm.
but we're going to
I
get
got a
more into.
Malinois, so we're not even.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We've got let's see, we're going to do some maybe gap episodes and some more stuff coming out. If you have any questions about anything, you want more information about anything we've talked about, please comment, like, subscribe. We'll try to address the comments and we'll try to get videos out. We've done a couple of quick little videos. I did one talking about the Air Attack adjustable inclination mount. So anything you want to get some more information on, if we've got it, we'll give you a firsthand accounts of it. And if not, we'll try to get the information for you. And otherwise, we look forward to seeing you on a firing line soon. Zach, anything else you got for him today?
Nope. Shoot straight.
All right. Thanks, Zach. We'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, take you later. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.